Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about open and closed games, good and bad bishops, and good and bad knights. So, what I mean by open and closed games, let's start with that first. This would be an open game. So we have a bunch of open space, open diagonals that we can possibly attack, open files. That's an open game. A closed game is when you still have, a bunch of pieces on the board. You have a bunch of pawns occupying the files, and it's really difficult to move your pieces forwards. The bishops don't have those long diagonals that they can use to attack, right? So, a closed game, like I said, is when you have a bunch of different pieces occupying the files. There's not a lot of bishops. There's not a lot of space for the bishops to run. It's a difficult game. With a closed game, knights are really, really powerful because they can jump in between pieces. They can, attack pieces and then come and retreat. They can do a bunch of, tricky things as they're able to jump over other pieces. They're able to jump to other sides of the board rather quickly and be able to jump right back. Knights are perfect for those types of positions. Bishops, on the other hand, they like that open space. And for a good bishop, for example, we have this dark square bishop on c1. That is a good bishop. And the reason why it's a good bishop is it has a lot of targets that they can potentially attack. See, where all of black's pieces are on dark squares, we have the dark square bishop. Our bishop can attack those different pieces. Where this dark square bishop on b6 is not great. It's a bad bishop because we are on all white squares. It has no pieces that can attack. It can't do anything, which is great for us because we're able to put pressure on our opponents. We're able to attack different pieces and then force checkmates or force exchanges. So we can move our king up to here. Black is going to answer by retreating his king over. And then now we can position our king to put pressure on this bishop, to put pressure on this pawn and put pressure on the bishop. Bishop runs away. We answer with our bishop to d2, attacking this a5 square. Black can't really do anything other than kind of just move his king along. We can attack this pawn, bishop attacks, and then we attack. And we have a pretty easy king-pawn endgame where black is going to try to block us out, but he can't really do anything now because we're going to occupy that key square of b7, and black can't do anything. He can just sit back and watch and try to attack our pawn over here. We end up promoting. Black attacks, totally fine. Reveal attack to the king. He tries to come and attack in a position like this. And then from here, we're just in a winning position to finish the game. This is check. black is going to try to promote. But he really doesn't have the opportunity to do so, because if he promotes, then we can just win the game. So we can do check, 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 and we can come, you have to come out, we move forwards, black gets to promote, but that's totally fine because now this piece is occupying his exit square, and that's just checkmate. So an open game is when bishops are really powerful. They have a bunch of diagonals that they can attack. There's a bunch of different open files. A closed game occurs when our pieces are attacking the various or occupying the various files and the various diagonals. Bishops are great in open games, and we always want to be looking for opportunities for us to trade out good bishops or bad bishops, or maintain our good bishops and avoid trading out bad bishops for black. Alright, so next we have this position. So pause the video, leave a comment, tell your partner where's the good bishop, where's the bad bishop, what's going on. Also, to give credit for where I got this video from, chessvideos.com. I'll leave the original video in the description. So the good bishop, and again, this is a closed game. Or actually, no, it's more, it looks like it's a closed game, but it's actually pretty open. So tell me, where's the good bishop, where's the bad bishop? If you guess the dark square bishop for black is the good bishop, you're right. So we have a position like this, where that pawn is now left hanging. White is going to answer by putting pressure on the bishop. Black is going to respond by providing backup to that said bishop. And then we are going to actually, I forgot. Starting over, there's an extra bishop on the board. So, cut that first part, restarting. Good bishops, bad bishops, good bishop, bad bishop. Good bishop because it has a target that it can use to come and capture this hanging pawn. This looks like a closed game, but it's relatively open because we have open targets. Good bishop because it has a bunch of different targets that it can attack. Where our bishop, most of black's pieces are on white, and the pieces that aren't on white have backup for each other here. So black is going to come and capture this hanging pawn here. White's going to respond to put pressure on the bishop. Black responds with backup for said bishop, making sure that we can defend a coming attack. Black is going to try to overload the bishop. That's fine. Black's going to respond by attacking, because they're up in pieces, and then now black has this pawn to advance. That is awesome. Remember, usually the first person who wins the game is the first person that can advance their pieces and get their queen back. Black is going to double up on the rook, surprisingly, not providing backup to that pawn, and we'll see in a second. Black is going, or white is going to respond by moving its king into open space, or into the structure that I can hide behind, this pawn chain and pawn horn in the center. White's going to double up on the A file to prevent that pawn from advancing. Black is going to respond by putting pressure on the H file and the pawn on H2. And white is going to try to overload and try to attack this pawn here. And by doing so, white leaves itself open to a potential attack to here. So black is going to try to give up this rook here, and white's going to accept, thinking, yeah, no big deal. But we're going to answer with rook to b2. Black is going to respond, oh, I'm just going to get rid of this massive threat that I have on e3. Perfect. But really, it's a sacrifice for checkmate. Black can't go here, or actually it can go here. No, it can't go here because of the pawn. It can't move up because of these pawns attacking. Can't move here because of the queen. It can't move back because of the queen. Can't move here because of the queen and the rook. Can't capture the queen. It's just checkmate. So, open and close games, good and bad bishops, good and bad knights. So in order for you to continue to progress on your chess learning journey, to continue to get better, you need to be able to understand where good bishops are, where bad bishops are, what are open games, what are closed games, where are my knights more powerful, where are my knights weaker, and figure out how you can trade out those pieces, retain those pieces, and start to win more games. If you have questions, ask your partner, leave a comment down below. We will help you. If you need more explanation of these types of positions, message us, email us, send us a letter. I will record more chess games for you. Thanks, guys. Bye.